Geneva 2030 is dedicated in investing in our children from cradle to career. The mission of success for Geneva's children is to mobilize the community to improve the health and well-being of all our children and their families. Since our inception, Geneva 2030 has brought together community members to work on key goals surrounding kindergarten readiness, literacy success, STEAM success, graduation rate improvement, and advancing college and career readiness. Through understanding the needs and interests of children and their parents, we collectively bring resources to improving their quality of life. We strive to build effective interventions and supports, knowing their profound and beneficial impact on the individual child, the family, and the community.
The research around early literacy is really showing us that the school systems across the country, not just in Geneva, but across the country, aren't really responding to the changes in demographic and the changes in needs that families have. The pandemic has really emphasized the kinds of changes that we need to make in terms of personalized instruction, meeting kids where they are, and growing kids' literacy at home.
We realized, using the data, that there's a big focus on the early childhood need and perspective. My whole career has been in early childhood, and through the Geneva City School District, we had an opportunity to apply for funds through the State Education Department to offer early childhood learning through the Universal Pre-Kindergarten Program, which is a state-funded program. The Geneva City School District State Education Grant allowed us to partner with the YMCA in Geneva to bring on additional slots for 3-year-olds in our community.
So we use the data from Geneva Success and from Geneva 2030 to apply for grants. So even though we're through tough times and we're going through COVID, we are still doing preschool or story times, and we're posting them on YouTube, we're posting them on Facebook, and you can always catch us one Saturday a month on Zoom where we do a bedtime story time with me at home.
The research is telling us that for STEAM progress in school, and that we really need to be able to provide students with real-world application. And so the application of what they're learning about science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math really require our community partners to give them opportunities to be able to apply these skills. Be collaborative, work in groups with other people to solve real-world problems.
So one of the things that we have had the pleasure of implementing here at North Street School this last school year, so this is the second year, is a STEAM course for all of our 4th and 5th grade students, which really allows them to explore the engineering by design process, as well as each facet of STEAM. That has brought in students so they can explore their own interests and find passions that they didn't know they would have. Having that course available to all 4th and 5th grade students has been a wonderful experience.
They're exploring the engineering by design process. We're implementing 3D printing along with other initiatives that go along with science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math.
FLCC is proud to be a strong partner in Geneva 2030. Our role is to provide STEAM education for our Geneva students and also to help them prepare for college so they can find wonderful careers to help make Geneva the best it can be.
I was fortunate enough to attend the graduation and saw the process that all the students went through, and Jasana had grown and talked about the medical part of it, the DNA. Now she is aspiring to become a doctor. And I think it is part because she started to learn about DNA, and she would talk about it in different conversations we've had after the STEAM camp was all over.
What I'm excited about in accelerated science is you learn a lot about cells, plants, animals, and a lot about yourself.
Parent involvement and career readiness are very important for our children to be successful in the Geneva School District and the Geneva area.
The current research around college and career readiness tells us that many of our students across the country, not just in Geneva, are not ready, for college. We have 50% of our kids who are forced into remedial classes that they don't necessarily even get credit for, but that they have to pay tuition for because we haven't done a good enough job about preparing them for the expectations of secondary education. Secondly, career-wise, we see a little bit of a disconnect between college preparation and real-world application into jobs. The kinds of things that kids are focused on in college may not necessarily be preparing them for the soft skills that they need to be able to be successful in the business world.
A couple things were absolutely clear. We needed to feed more people, but we also needed to keep our programs going, even with distance learning as part of it. So we had a 40-person tutor team from HWS, and we trained them to do it online. And it's turned out that the online tutoring, from college kids sitting in their dorm room to our little kids sitting down at Goodman Street and here at Carter Road, has been an improvement over the in-person tutoring that was happening before. It's more focused, it's a better service, and it's more measurable in the time and in what's achieved.
Going into college, I was very unsure of what to expect, but I think the things that I did lean on was the confidence that was instilled in me from my educators and teachers in high school, and I think that really allowed me to have the confidence that I can do well and succeed in college. My junior year of high school, I was talking with my track coach, Coach Pitt, and he specifically told me, if you don't end up being a professional athlete, I can see you being a doctor. Several years later, I decided that I was going to be a physician. I am currently in my third year of medical school at The Ohio State University College of Medicine. I want you to know that Geneva has everything that you need in order for you to successfully graduate high school and to do well in college. You can go to college, even if it's something that your parents haven't done, something that you may not have considered before. You can definitely do it, and everything and all the resources in Geneva can definitely help you get there.
HWS is proud of the many ways our students, faculty, and staff actively engage with our local partners, and I'm glad we're able to serve as the anchor entity for Geneva 2030. And HWS looks forward to continued investment in the initiative through our College Bound program, where we host every Geneva 2nd, 6th, and 9th grader on campus, in addition to other programs, including the HWS Core, which connects close to 100 of our students as tutors with local students annually, a program we were able to maintain virtually this year.
We know, for example, that students who are proficient in reading by the end of 3rd grade exponentially have a higher chance of graduating high school. So there needs to be a strong focus on those continued efforts in support of early literacy and developing those foundational skills in the areas of reading, writing, and speaking. And we need to make sure that we're continuing to collaborate with our community partners and our families, because they play such a key part in that process. We also need to continue to focus on our implementation of STEAM initiatives within our program and our curriculum going forward. We want to transform what instruction looks like in each and every classroom. So I feel very fortunate as a superintendent to have this partnership with Geneva 2030, and I look forward to our continued work together.
As we look towards the next decade of collective impact efforts in Geneva, we know there are opportunities and challenges that remain as we enter the next decade. We will continue to celebrate diversity and focus on ensuring equity in school success and continued engagement in our vibrant community. Geneva 2030 is up to the challenge, and we urge you to join us in this rewarding work of supporting Geneva's youngest citizens. For specific examples of ways you can help or get involved, go to geneva2030ny.org. Thank you.